Hi, it's the RV Wingman, and welcome to today's podcast. Before we begin, make sure and download my latest free RV report. It'll save you thousands when buying or selling an RV and prevent you from being ripped off. My latest report is available now at freervreport.com.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
And welcome, everybody. Glad you could join us. Alan Warren here, the RV Wingman. Pull up a seat around my virtual campfire where we're sitting around talking about RVs and camping and just good old-fashioned fun with some of today's most popular RV influencers.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
This virtual campfire is brought to you by the RV Dealers I Trust Network. RV dealers I have personally vetted. RV dealers I trust. I think you can trust them too. Check them out at rvdealersitrust.com.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome again to the RV Show USA. I'm your show host, Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. The purpose of me being your wingman is to try to help prevent you from having your eyeballs gouged out by some unscrupulous RV dealer. Honestly, it's about helping you to think, connecting you with smart, honest people that RV and camp and want you to be a happy camper. So I am the RV Wingman. In this segment, I'll be playing a voicemail that I recently got. And we do have a 24-hour voicemail box. So if you have an experience buying or selling an RV that you would like to share, we hope you'll call us. You can leave a message up to 4 minutes long, I think. And many of the calls we get are negative. We also get some positive experiences. We want to hear about your dealer and or manufacturer experience. As long as they are authentic, give us a call. You can stay connected with us. The best place to do it, I think, is by going to our website, which is thervshowusa.com. And there, you'll be able to download my free RV report. I hope you'll do that. You need to do that, I think. You can find the RV dealers that I trust, and you can add your name to my email list. If you'd like to stay connected on Facebook, I have the RV Wingman official group. And that's really the only place I post. I've got kind of a boring life, and my chihuahuas own me and limit the time that I can spend on social media. So they say that it's okay for me to get into my group. So if you're on Facebook and you'd like to yak and stay connected with this community, go to RV Wingman Official Group, and you'll get right in and have a seat around our virtual campfire. We do an audio version of the show, obviously, if you're listening on radio or to the podcast, but we also do a video version. And if you're watching, how do you like our virtual campfire? We picked that out to kind of set the mood, if you will. So if you're watching the video version, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of how we're doing. And, stay in touch with us by subscribing and liking the channel. On today's program, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. What? Yeah, AI, artificial intelligence, and how it could maybe screw you up a little bit if you're getting some information about RVing and camping. So I don't want to go into it too much, but AI is pretty cool. I've messed around with the Chat GPT, but and I found it fascinating, but also kind of scary. So we're going to be talking about that later on in the program. Also, there's a lady out there in the RV space. You know how entertainers, you got Winona, you got Cher, these people with one name, Madonna. Well, there's one with one name in the YouTube universe. It's an RVer that's really great, and we're going to be talking with her here in a little while. So, again, you can contact me if you want to. If you're watching the video version, just click the description below, and you'll be able to get all my contact information. Okay, part of me being the RV Wingman is trying to connect you with honest people, trying to prevent you from making some very costly mistakes. This RV report that I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it's a free RV report, and I created it because in my campground days, my wife and I owned and ran a medium-sized campground. We were very hands-on for more than 8 years, and I saw hundreds and hundreds and thousands, actually, of campers, but probably hundreds of them that had issues with their camper. And they had issues learning how to use their camper. Many of those issues could have been prevented if they would have chosen not only the right camper, but the right RV dealer to do business with. So I prepared this free RV report so it will help prevent you from making those costly mistakes. I promise you. You can download it. I'm not selling anything. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to help you with information because that's what a good wingman does. You can get that once again on our website. So part of what I do, I will communicate. If you email me, if you call my voicemail, I get back to as many people as possible, and I try to help you through your purgatory. If you find yourself in RV purgatory, I try to help. I can't get back in touch with everybody, but I do my very best. I'm supposed to be retired. My wife wishes I wouldn't do the show, but I love doing radio, and I've done TV and radio for most of 40 years. So anyway, if you have a problem, you call me. You let me know, and I'll do my very best to get to you. We have a voicemail I'm going to play right now that this is the way I think you want to feel after you have purchased your RV. If you go online, you hear all the stories about, oh my God, I was ripped off and I didn't know. They didn't show me this, didn't show me that. High pressure. Well, this caller has got a completely different story.
Good morning. My name is Susan. I'm from Palatine, Illinois, and I recently bought a camper from Cheyenne Camping Center, and John and Tyler were there so graciously helping me. I have not camped since I was 16, and my family had a pop-up camper, and recently I started hiking again and really thought that I would enjoy camping, but I had certain parameters that I knew I wanted in a camper. And I went online and saw this deal at Cheyenne Camping Center and was a little hesitant at first, what am I getting into? But my experience was awesome. Tyler took me for 2.5 hours through every detail of the camper that I purchased. He was so patient. He answered all of my questions. John was so great in the office. I was able to get in and out of there really quickly. He was able to do the paperwork for getting the camper registered in Illinois for me. And it was just really a great experience. And I took my camper immediately that weekend and wanted to test it out and just had a great experience. Loved every minute of it. I can't speak enough good words of the people at Cheyenne Camping Center. They were just, they went above and beyond. I was so petrified to try to figure out how to use a sway bar and the weight controller and hooking it up to my car. I'm a single camping girl, and so I just wanted to do things the right way, and I was petrified and scared, but they just made my experience so great. I can't speak highly enough about them, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Isn't that cool? What did she say? She was a single camping girl. I see a lot of women, solo women, that want to become RVers, like what Susan just called. And it does my heart good to hear positive stories. I do know the people at Cheyenne Camping Center. I do some consulting work with them. They're one of the most honest, reputable RV dealers in the country. Most dealers are not like Cheyenne. In fact, I know very, very few that are like Cheyenne. All RV dealers will sell you an RV. They will. Not all of them will treat you the same after you purchase that RV. The purpose for me playing these phone calls is to let you hear real stories from real people, positive, sometimes not so positive, so you can make a more informed decision. Spending money on an RV, it's a lot of money. You are investing not just money, but time. If you want an RV that will never break down, ever, you're not going to find that. RVs, all of them break down. The good ones don't break down as often as the bad ones do. But the people that have RV'd in the past, and Susan, I think she said, she had not camped since she was a little girl. There's something magical about RVing and camping. And even if you have the occasional, as I call them, bump in the road, I think it's well worth it. The positive far outweighs the negative. So, if you are thinking about buying an RV or thinking about selling an RV, download my free RV report. If you are looking for an RV dealer that I trust, one that I think that you can trust, I want you to go to our website. You can click over from there. You'll see a map that opens up. You'll see the little dots where the dealers are. These are people that I have personally vetted. I trust them. As I say, I think you can trust them too. They sell good products, but more importantly, after you buy that RV, they're not going to be one and done. What? What's your name? They want to sell you mini RVs as you RV through the rest of your life. So if you'd like to find out some of those people, I call them the RV dealers I trust. They're available on our website at thervshowusa.com. Now, still to come, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, and we're going to talk with a lady. She's got a story about an RVer who spent more than six figures, buying a brand new fifth wheel. And it was a big old problem. We're going to find out what he has to say, what the dealer has to say, and I want to know what you think. This is the RV Show USA. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Call us. I want to hear from you. 1-330-WINGMAN. 1-330-WINGMAN. That's 1-330-946-4626.
The Wingman's back on the radio again, and streaming live to his RV and friends, helping you to learn so you won't get burned. He's back on the radio again.
Is your RV gathering dust in your driveway? Sell your RV fast at PPL Motorhomes, now serving Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma. As America's largest RV consignment dealer, we buy and consign thousands of RVs every year. And with used RVs in high demand, we'll make it easy to sell your RV on consignment at a competitive price. Call any one of our 5 RV Supercenter locations and let our RV appraisal experts go to work for you to get the most for your RV and get it sold in no time. In fact, we probably already have a buyer for your RV right now. Our customers are always in the market for quality pre-owned RVs, from the smallest travel trailers all the way to the biggest diesel pushers. Remember, we'll take the hassle out of selling your RV at PPL Motorhomes. Find out how much your motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler is worth right now. Or stop in today at any one of our 5 locations in Texas, Florida, or Oklahoma, and online anytime at pplmotorhomes.com.
Hi, this is Laurel and Pierre from Blue Ox on the Run. Buying and selling an RV can be daunting and stressful. Take some of the stress away by downloading the free RV Report. This is an amazing resource to help benefit anyone looking to purchase or sell an RV. This free RV Report tool will give you a good foundation of knowledge to avoid making costly mistakes or being taken to the cleaners. Whether you are a first-time RVer or a seasoned RV veteran, the RV Wingman has created the free RV Report tool with valuable information that's useful to anyone.
Listen, this free RV Report is key to protect your assets. Download the free RV Report today and start building your bank of knowledge.
Whether you're buying or selling an RV, my free RV Report will save you thousands of dollars and help prevent you from being ripped off. View and download the report now at freervreport.com. freervreport.com. Well, I hope you're enjoying today's show and spending time with us around our virtual campfire. I want to invite you to add your name to my email list, and I'll tell you why. The purpose of this show is to help you make the best decisions possible when you're buying or selling an RV and all the time you own an RV. As the RV Wingman, I want to stay connected with you, and not just once a week on the radio. My once weekly emails will take you less than a minute to read, and I'll give you some thoughts on stories and topics you may not hear us visit about here on the show. We don't sell your info to anyone, and you can unsubscribe at any time. So if you'd like to stay connected, go to thervshowusa.com. It'll take you just a few seconds to do, and while you're there, make sure you download my free RV report, the most updated version of my free RV report, created to save you thousands of dollars when buying or selling an RV. It's all right there at thervshowusa.com.
We are Izzy, MJ, Jason, and our dogs Sierra and Bowser, and we are Endless RVing. We release 3 to 5 videos per week on YouTube and are highly active on Instagram and Facebook as well. Our videos include our travels, DIY videos, RV tours, product reviews, and so much more. We invite you to come along on our journey with us.
You know, MJ and Izzy are some of my favorite folks to follow in the RVing space. This husband-wife team, as MJ said, pretty much does it all, and no one works any harder at producing good content than they do. So yes, Endless RVing is one of my go-to favorites on YouTube, and I invite you to check them out. In the YouTube search bar, type in Endless RVing, or of course, you can link to them from our website at thervshowusa.com. Again, look for the link to MJ and Izzy and Endless RVing. And welcome back to the RV Show USA, everybody. You know, I think 2023 is going to be the year when AI, artificial intelligence, came on everyone's radar, and it's not all good. Coming up now is one of the smartest people in the country when it comes to RVs. He shares his thoughts on the possible dangers of AI when it's consumed by RVers. Mark Polk from RV Education 101 visited recently with our friend Bob Zagami from the Camper Report.
I want to have you back on because in your newsletter, but you had an incredible essay and commentary on bemoaning the AI-produced information, artificial intelligence. And you've been producing content on RVs, education and training now since 2000, so 23 years. Give us your interpretation. What caused you to take in the position that you're taking, and I support it 100%.
Well, Bob, what happened was, I produce all my own content. It's all 100% original content. And I've heard about Chat GPT and other artificial intelligence that's out there and how it's getting a foothold in every industry. But I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. And then when I opened the program that I produced the newsletter with, I got a greeting that said, we have an AI tool now. Let us make your job easier to do. You have writer's block? Well, we can take care of that too. And I was like, what is this?
Well, I've seen a lot of promotions like that with other things. And for those of us who have always created our own content, comes out of here, comes with our own experience, the first thing that hits me when I see something like that is, why would I ever do that? Why would anybody ever do it?
I thought I'd do a little experiment. So I'd use their AI generator and I typed a simple sentence like, what checks should I make? Pre-trip checks should I make before we go on a trip? Or something like, I want some checklist for spring RV prep topics. So I put a sentence in, I clicked on generate, and I'm telling you, it only took it probably 7-8 seconds, and it gave me two options. It said option 1, option 2. So I started reading through there, and I thought, well, this is really very basic information. I mean, it said, check your tires, check your batteries, check this. And I'm thinking, well, check it for what? What should I check? It wasn't telling me what to check. It was just saying, check this. So I thought, this is kind of ridiculous. And then it hit me. I thought, well, maybe if I get a little more technical with my question, I'll get a more technical response. So I said, how do I inspect and maintain my RV batteries? So 10 seconds, not even that, 8 seconds, 2 more options. It's option 1, option 2. So it said, okay, inspect your batteries for, to see if the clamps or the connections are tight. Check the water level in your battery. And then it said, RV batteries typically last 2 to 3 years. And it said, if your battery is older than 3 years, you may want to replace it. And I'm thinking to myself, now that you took the human element out of it, so there's no common sense, right? So you don't just replace an RV battery, a $200 RV battery because it's 3 years old. You replace a battery when it goes bad. You replace a battery when it won't hold a charge anymore. So I thought, this is really bad because for people who don't know much about batteries, just imagine if I took that article and posted it on my blog and I'm telling someone that's new to RVs that if your battery is 3 years old, you need to go buy a new one, right? So it was taking the common sense out of, the reasoning, the thinking things through. And when you create content, you have to be able to provide the reader not only what they're looking for, but it has to be correct information. It has to be vetted. And what was happening with this AI article was there was nobody vetting it. It was just going out there, finding the most optimized content on the subject that I typed in, and then it was using that and using keywords to generate the articles.
Well, that's what scared me about the way that it went about, because, as I said, you've been producing content on the internet for 23 years. It's valid, it's historically correct, it's technically correct, and you give people options, but then you teach them how to do it.
Right.
When you take a lot of those elements out and AI spits out this information, they don't give you a bibliography. They don't give you a reference list. They don't even tell you where they get it. So all of us who've been creating content in the RV industry that's out there on the web are subject to a copyright infringement, subject to somebody misappropriating your intellectual property. Where do you see that going?
Think about this. So you just mentioned I've been putting content out there on the internet for 23 years, and that is a massive amount of content in what I consider to be a niche market. It's a small market. How many technical writers are providing information about RVs?
True.
There's not a lot. So when this goes out and searches, when you type that sentence in and you press generate, it goes out and it searches for all the best information on that particular topic that it can find, and then it assembles that and spits it out, gives you an article. Well, what are the odds that it's going to be some of my content at some point in time when it does this? It's just a matter of time. What's happening here that I see is, in every industry, the first group of people that are going to get hit hard is the content creation people, because it's so easy. If you work at a law office and you want to have a blog so you can attract people, to come in to hire you to handle their lawsuit or whatever the case is. So they want to do a blog. They're not going to pay an attorney who gets paid $450 an hour to sit there and write a blog. They're going to hit generate, and here it comes, and then they're going to post it on their blog. And it's like, some chances are somebody out there that's a lawyer somewhere wrote that some of that content, and now it's on this guy's blog and this guy's blog. It's content that's already out there. It's just taking from that.
Right.
Now,
it's not writing original content. And, this takes us over into another area that we've had issues over the last, say, 10 or 15 years where information has been misappropriated. You've had people misappropriate some of your information, but it was in print and you could validate that it was correct, it was your content. There's a lot of people that we see on Facebook that publish answers to questions from unsuspecting RV consumers who have not yet been educated on our industry and the right way to do it. And they take that Facebook posting at face value and go out and do something. They may do something dangerous.
In my humble opinion, this interview should be a warning to every RVer and every soon-to-be RVer. There's so much misinformation, downright wrong information out there. And like Bob closed a segment with, for the unsuspecting reader or RVer, it could be very dangerous. If you are unfamiliar with Mark Polk, there is no one smarter, no one with any more hands-on knowledge about RVs than Mark is. And I believe his content on RV Education 101 is number one. A special shout out to our friends at the Camper Report, Bob and John. They do a great job, and I encourage you to check them out. Their YouTube channel is, of course, Camper Report. If you'd like, you can visit our website, thervshowusa.com, where you'll find Camper Report and many of our favorite YouTubers and RVing pros. And you can connect with them from there. Again, thervshowusa.com.
Hey everybody, it's John and Mercedes from the RV Odd Couple on YouTube.
Is it just me, or is the world getting crazier and crazier?
It's not you.
You can't make this stuff up. Just when you think it can't get any more crazy, it does.
We need community now more than ever, you guys.
And we found freedom, independence, and adventure RVing full-time all over the USA.
Along the way, we made a ton of friends and created a massive library of RV tutorials and how-to videos on everything you'd ever need to know to help you in your RV journey.
Yeah, and what not to do, right?
Exactly.
We're also the fearless leaders of the RV Odd Squad.
Go Squad.
An amazing community that loves God, family, and country.
We're now 1,000 members strong who help others and pay it forward every single day.
And we're crazy enough to believe that we can change the world.
We really are.
So come join us, become an RV Odd Squad member today. And as a member, you'll save money. You'll always have a safe place to stay. And you'll never be alone. You'll find all the info and links you need at the RVShowUSA.com.
Well, I hope you're enjoying today's show and spending time with us around our virtual campfire. I want to invite you to add your name to my email list, and I'll tell you why. The purpose of this show is to help you make the best decisions possible when you're buying or selling an RV and all the time you own an RV. As the RV wingman, I want to stay connected with you, and not just once a week on the radio. My once weekly emails will take you less than a minute to read, and I'll give you some thoughts on stories and topics you may not hear us visit about here on the show. We don't sell your info to anyone, and you can unsubscribe at any time. So if you'd like to stay connected, go to thervshowusa.com. It'll take you just a few seconds to do, and while you're there, make sure you download my free RV report, the most updated version of my free RV report, created to save you thousands of dollars when buying or selling an RV. It's all right there at thervshowusa.com.
Is your RV gathering dust in your driveway? Sell your RV fast at PPL Motorhomes, now serving Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma. As America's largest RV consignment dealer, we buy and consign thousands of RVs every year. And with used RVs in high demand, we'll make it easy to sell your RV on consignment at a competitive price. Call any one of our 5 RV Supercenter locations and let our RV appraisal experts go to work for you to get the most for your RV and get it sold in no time. In fact, we probably already have a buyer for your RV right now. Our customers are always in the market for quality pre-owned RVs, from the smallest travel trailers all the way to the biggest diesel pushers. Remember, we'll take the hassle out of selling your RV at PPL Motorhomes. Find out how much your motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler is worth right now. Or stop in today at any one of our 5 locations in Texas, Florida, or Oklahoma, and online anytime at pplmotorhomes.com.
We are Pierre and Laurel of Blue Ox on the Run. Our mission is to help you protect your RV investment. As the buyer, our detailed RV inspection will help you make an educated purchase decision by giving you the information to negotiate with confidence. We work for you to give you peace of mind.
Our YouTube channel, Blue Ox on the Run, features all our RV inspections, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Other video topics include DIY maintenance, RV modifications and upgrades, tips, tricks, and how-tos. We share with a bit of humor and a lot of sarcasm, but it's always with a smile. If you love RVing, full-time, most time, or part-time, as well as love adventure and travel, come along for the ride with us. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell for our bi-weekly videos. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Blue Ox RV Inspection.
You can also connect with Blue Ox RV Inspections from our site at thervshowusa.com.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Hey everyone, Alan Warren here, and welcome back to the RV Show USA and to part 1 of a 2-part story I believe you're going to find most interesting. It's a he said, they said kind of story about the buyer of a brand new RV that unfortunately quickly turned into what the buyer says was a nightmare. But the dealer has their version of the story. Our friend Liz from the YouTube channel Liz Amazing has put this together, and I think she's made a very balanced presentation. I believe this story is a great example of how important choosing not just the right RV to buy, but the right RV dealer to buy from. Here's Liz with the story.
I'm bringing you the story of Darren, who had a bad experience at the RV dealership. But I also interviewed the owner of the dealership. I think it's going to be more than a little interesting to hear both sides of the story.
This is my first camper that I've owned. It is 44 feet long. I usually go big or go home on things, so I thought if I'm going to do this, I might as well go big. The sales process was very quick, very easy. You know, they were very quick to respond to communications and questions that I had. A friend of mine has been camping for probably well over a decade, had helped guide me through this process a little bit, made sure that I knew some questions to ask. The dealership was very kind and very quick to answer all of those questions.
My name is Stacy. I'm the owner of Unlimited RV. We're based in Kansas City. We're based at Lake of the Ozarks. Got my sidekick here today, Jason, my service director. He and I both have been working closely with Mr. Wander on his Riverstone, just making sure we're listening and doing everything in our power to take care of him.
So we set up, I believe it was like April 23rd, to go and do a walkthrough and a pre-delivery inspection and do all the paperwork and write the check and take delivery. But at that time, with the walkthrough, I discovered some issues. So I was asking questions. Obviously, I had done my research. I had found out as much as I could about the unit. While we were walking through, I was basically asking for confirmation. Hey, this has a residential fridge, 12-volt fridge, correct? And I was told, no, it was propane powered. So I asked, what specifically the water heater on my unit had, if it was a combo, if it was electric. And I was told that it was a tank electric water heater. Turns out it's a propane tankless water heater. After I had a couple of questions like that and received information back that I knew was wrong, I decided to just kind of end that walkthrough that day. I just kept thinking, if I didn't have a friend who had been RVing for a decade, if I hadn't done all of my due diligence and looked into these issues, I would have had some horrible misconceptions on what I was buying and what I was getting. And I grew increasingly angry at the dealership for essentially them not knowing what they were selling and passing along bad information to me.
So I was not there with him on the first walkthrough. I was honestly unaware that he had a second walkthrough. Generally how it works at RV dealerships is the PDI person, the walkthrough person, tends to be a newer person. So certainly they're not my most senior tech. My most senior tech is doing deeper troubleshooting. Since that walkthrough was done, we've actually made some changes with our PDI walkthroughs, both training as well as just some full change-outs of some team members, some folks that we just wanted better service out of. But there's certainly room for improvement. We definitely want continuous improvement in what we're doing.
And so a week later, I requested and was granted a second walkthrough with a technician who was supposed to be more familiar with the rig. That walkthrough only went marginally better. I did get to bring the unit home the very first night. I had it hooked up to shore power next to my home. Right away, I kind of noticed a few things were off. One of those things was the microwave. I opened up the microwave to heat something up, and it appeared as if when they were doing a pre-delivery inspection, they had run the microwave with nothing in it besides metal. And so there was some arcing inside the microwave, some ashes, some burn marks. So the microwave did work, but obviously it wasn't something that I wanted to accept. And I knew from talking to friends and doing my research that there would be some small problems, from the start. I had reached back out to the dealer just asking, I have a small list of adjustments that I would want done. Who could I contact? And the dealer never responded. My salesperson, who had been there for a very long time, he has been salesperson of the month several times. His name's up on the wall. He told me, if you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I have sent him text messages just asking very politely, hey, who in the service department can I reach out to? I received nothing back. I sent him emails. I received nothing back. I called. I received nothing back. I really felt as if once they had the check, they felt as if their responsibility of providing me with any information or service was over. It appeared as if they just didn't care after that.
Devin, his salesman, was at a funeral when the text came in. We can give Devin some grace that day, that time, certainly. The days following, it's my understanding, Darren sent Devin an email. He did not respond. I've already talked to the sales manager. I've already talked to Devin about it. I've already talked to the sales team. Unacceptable.
I tried to submit a service ticket using the dealership's online form. I even got an email back stating that they received my request for service and that someone would contact me. And I never received a return communication.
He emailed our system. That system goes to me. That system goes to Jason. That system goes to the service manager. That system goes to the service writer. We did not respond in a timely fashion. He actually said, I thought I would have got a call in a day or so. He did not. The customer service doesn't end after the sale, but it definitely fell short here. We've got some new faces. We've got some new systems. We've had some toe stubbing that we're working on. We're taking our Medicine Liz, as the highest rated dealer in the city, top selling dealer in Missouri, a top 50 dealer, no less. We're not perfect.
The service department, they don't have to service it if they don't want. It's not like the automotive industry that if you buy a Chevy, you can go to any GM service department and they will fix it under warranty. Unfortunately, now I feel as if I'm tied to this very bad service department while I own this rig, and it's not a great feeling.
Why do we get more work than other dealers, especially big box dealers? A, we'll work on someone's camper even if they didn't buy from us. B, the big box stores tend to be 3 months out.
So finally, I called and finally was able to make a service appointment to have, at that time, what I thought were some very minor tweaks done. I had told the dealership that I had a 3-week-long trip planned, and they said, yep, no problem. We'll schedule you, have these small issues taken care of, and you'll be well on your way.
Okay, so you had it and slept in it 1 or 2 nights? And it's still April, and they can't see you till June, is that right?
Correct. And I was told the first available time for them to be able to see me was almost a month and a half after taking delivery.
I just have to say that's outrageous. If you have it for 1 night and they're telling you that they're not even going to look at it for 6 weeks.
With our customers that are full-timers, customers that are in them, customers like yourself, 6 weeks is unacceptable. When we set calendar appointments, we base it on usage. We base it on trips. We base it on the volume of work that we have. My hypothesis is that was the next available short of a full-timer. If it was urgent, we would have moved it up.
If it's something that is stopping the unit from being used, especially if they just purchased and it's something that they can't use the unit or they can't use it with air conditioning or something like that, we got to get them in as quick as possible.
I told them I want the rig completely operational by June 19th. They assured me it would not be a problem. When they told me the June 12th date, I got a little worried, but at that point, everything that needed to be adjusted were kind of small tweaks. Unfortunately, a couple weeks into ownership, the Firefly system that runs everything, from the lights to the slide outs to the AC unit, runs absolutely everything, it died on me. The touch panel continued to light up, but was completely unresponsive. So as I was trying to turn on lights, no lights would actually turn on inside the unit. I was unable to run the AC units. I was unable to get the slide outs retracted. I called the dealership, and I need this looked at much sooner than June 12th. After a day of kind of negotiating with them, they agreed that I could bring it in, I believe it was Thursday, June 1st. Unfortunately, with the slide outs out and the Firefly system inoperable, I couldn't tow the rig to them. So I asked if they had a tech that would be able to come out and help manually retract the slide outs. I was told no. I would have to hire someone to come out with an extended warranty or an RV technician to come out.
Okay, now this story will continue in part 2, but so far, what are you thinking? Does it sound like the buyer of the RV, the new owner, is expecting too much from the dealer? Does he sound unreasonable? And what about the dealer? Does what the dealer is saying make sense? And should it be acceptable to the new owner? We'll find out what happens in part 2. And I want to salute Liz again. Her YouTube channel is called Liz Amazing. I got to commend her for her getting both parties together to tell this story. So does everything turn out for the better for the RV owner? And will this kind of experience now being broadcast on radio stations nationwide encourage the dealer to make some changes? We'll see after the break.
We are Izzy, MJ, Jason, and our dogs Sierra and Bowser, and we are Endless RVing. We release 3 to 5 videos per week on YouTube and are highly active on Instagram and Facebook as well. Our videos include our travels, DIY videos, RV tours, product reviews, and so much more. We invite you to come along on our journey with us.
You know, MJ and Izzy are some of my favorite folks to follow in the RVing space. This husband-wife team, as MJ said, pretty much does it all. And no one works any harder at producing good content than they do. So yes, Endless RVing is one of my go-to favorites on YouTube, and I invite you to check them out. In the YouTube search bar, type in Endless RVing, or of course, you can link to them from our website at thervshowusa.com. Again, look for the link to MJ and Izzy and Endless RVing. Well, I hope you're enjoying today's show and spending time with us around our virtual campfire. I want to invite you to add your name to my email list, and I'll tell you why. The purpose of this show is to help you make the best decisions possible when you're buying or selling an RV and all the time you own an RV. As the RV wingman, I want to stay connected with you, and not just once a week on the radio. My once weekly emails will take you less than a minute to read, and I'll give you some thoughts on stories and topics you may not hear us visit about here on the show. We don't sell your info to anyone, and you can unsubscribe at any time. So if you'd like to stay connected, go to thervshowusa.com. It'll take you just a few seconds to do, and while you're there, make sure you download my free RV report, the most updated version of my free RV report, created to save you thousands of dollars when buying or selling an RV. It's all right there at thervshowusa.com.
Hey everybody, it's John and Mercedes from the RV Odd Couple on YouTube.
Is it just me, or is the world getting crazier and crazier?
It's not you.
You can't make this stuff up. Just when you think it can't get any more crazy, it does.
We need community now more than ever, you guys.
And we found freedom, independence, and adventure RVing full-time all over the USA.
Along the way, we made a ton of friends and created a massive library of RV tutorials and how-to videos on everything you'd ever need to know to help you in your RV journey.
Yeah, and what not to do, right?
Exactly.
We're also the fearless leaders of the RV Odd Squad.
Go Squad.
An amazing community that loves God, family, and country.
We're now 1,000 members strong who help others and pay it forward every single day.
And we're crazy enough to believe that we can change the world.
We really are.
So come join us, become an RV Odd Squad member today. And as a member, you'll save money, you'll always have a safe place to stay, and you'll never be alone. You'll find all the info and links you need at the RVShowUSA.com.
Is your RV gathering dust in your driveway? Sell your RV fast at PPL Motorhomes, now serving Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma. As America's largest RV consignment dealer, we buy and consign thousands of RVs every year. And with used RVs in high demand, we'll make it easy to sell your RV on consignment at a competitive price. Call any one of our 5 RV Supercenter locations and let our RV appraisal experts go to work for you to get the most for your RV and get it sold in no time. In fact, we probably already have a buyer for your RV right now. Our customers are always in the market for quality pre-owned RVs, from the smallest travel trailers all the way to the biggest diesel pushers. Remember, we'll take the hassle out of selling your RV at PPL Motorhomes. Find out how much your motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler is worth right now. Or stop in today at any one of our 5 locations in Texas, Florida, or Oklahoma, and online anytime at pplmotorhomes.com.
Hey, it's the RV Wingman, and before we roll into our next segment, I want to invite you to join me around my virtual campfire on YouTube. That's right. The RV Show USA has a YouTube channel where you'll find the video version of today's radio show. So welcome back to the program. We have a lot to cover in this segment. If you have missed part 1, a link to it is in the video description below. It's a story about the buyer of a very expensive brand new fifth wheel and his very frustrating experience with the dealer that he bought it from. You'll also hear from the dealer himself, who seems, at least to me, like he's trying to do the right thing, trying to make things right, but this story is a good example of what can and does happen, and more often than you may want to believe. Here's part 2 of the story that Liz Amazing has put together, with the title of RV Buyer Says Stay Away from This Dealership.
Basically, I dropped it off and said, at the very least, you have to look at the Firefly system. There is something desperately wrong with it. It does not work. The lights won't work. I showed them plenty of videos, and I emailed them the videos of the Firefly system not working, and they assured me that they would get it taken care of. 2 weeks later, around June 14th, I received a phone call from their service department asking if the keypad on the exterior of my rig had ever been replaced. I could never get it to turn on. Anyways, the service department called and asked if I had ever gotten my keypad fixed because a part showed up. But their records showed that the work order for that keypad had been closed out and they had completed the work. I made mention of, I'm not sure if it's been fixed because my RV had been sitting on their service lot for the past 2 weeks. And then they changed their tone. Oh, they were sure that everything was taken care of. It was all fixed. If they're calling and not even knowing that my rig is sitting on their lot, if their work orders were showing completed, but then parts were showing up, I really had some questions about their warranty service and the overall service and how they ran their business. I started asking for confirmation that all of my issues had been addressed, especially the Firefly. I started texting the owner of the dealership that I bought, and he said he would get back to me within a day and confirm everything. I did not hear back from him. So I started calling and texting again. He sent me a text saying that my rig was in one of their bays and everything was going to be taken care of. I followed up the following day, and at that point I was told that my Firefly unit was inoperable. And I just kind of had to roll my eyes and laugh because that was the first thing that I told them about. That was why the rig went to them. Here they are 2.5 weeks later, and they're just now telling me that they don't believe that it works. So that was very frustrating on my end.
There was a pretty hefty list of punch items, over 20 punch items. But the main one was that Firefly system. I mean, it's the brain of the camper. Like many electrical gremlins, it was intermittent. It was an intermittent issue. They could not get it to repeat. Thus, initially, Firefly, really didn't have a lot of direction for us, did not want to replace any significant hardware. We did address the other items.
Then things basically got worse. I was about 4 days out from my departure date for my 3-week trip. I spent the next week making multiple phone calls every day to Firefly, to Forest River, and to the service department that had my RV, just trying to reinforce that, hey, this is a brand new rig, and all I'm asking for is it to be operational. I did not have my rig back after, I think it was about June 21st. Firefly was willing to overnight a G12 module to the service department at a cost, of course. But at that point, I was starting to lose out on deposits that I had made for my trip, dates of when I was telling family and friends that I would be in their area. I just had to, pony up and pay for. We got the G12 module installed, swapped out. Everything began working again. I was only 3 days late departing on my 3-week trip. At that point, I thought, I'll finally get to enjoy the RV life that I'd always dreamed of. Unfortunately, then the first night came. So I take my shower, I go outside, I open up the doors to the basement to kind of organize all of my belongings underneath the rig, and I discover a huge pool of water. It looked like it was seeping out from one of the walls. I started unbuttoning things. After about an hour of investigation, I discovered that there was a major crack in the drain pipe of the shower. The next 12 hours or so, I was troubleshooting that. I was finally able to figure out that from the bathroom side, I decided if I could put a sleeve of any sort to get it past that crack, as long as I got the water past that crack, I would be able to use the shower again. Some of the campsites that I had booked for the next 3 weeks didn't have bathrooms, so I desperately wanted to figure out how I could use my shower on this trip. So I made a couple of trips to Home Depot and Lowe's, so I was able to use the shower for the rest of the trip. I was in constant contact with the service department, so as soon as I got home within a week, I took it back to them and gave them the new updated list of everything that was broken, from the plumbing to the appliances. Several of the soft close features on the drawers were not functioning, so when I would tow the rig, all the drawers would slide open. So the rig sat again on the service department lot for about 2 weeks. During that time, I made several calls to Forest River. I was put in contact with someone at the Riverstone. Ever since that point, I've received great customer service from Riverstone. So I told the dealership, don't touch anything. I'm taking this back to Indiana where it was built, and they're going to fix everything.
Darren picked up August 11th. Really hadn't heard anything since then. I now know it's because he was still disillusioned, still feeling as though Unlimited had not communicated well. When I talked to Darren, I apologized. I said, hey, that's just not how we roll. We care. I want you to know that. I shared with him the 3,000 campers we've sold as the number one dealer in Missouri. 3,000 campers we've sold. We've had four, approximately 1%, go back to the factory.
At least if I take it back to the people that built it, maybe I'll get some sort of resolution. My hope is that Riverstone steps up, takes care of everything, and I can put all of this behind me. All the issues that I've experienced seem to be something that would be fairly easy to avoid. Just a little bit of effort into engineering and quality assurance would go a long way in a lot of these rigs. I would recommend anyone who's buying anything this large and this expensive to almost spend the night in it on the RV lot before they even bring it home.
You may have heard me talk about inspections, getting an inspection on a new one. If you had to do it all over again, would you have gotten an inspection?
Absolutely, yeah. It's funny that you bring that up. I have seen your videos talking about making sure you get the inspection. I thought I had done my due diligence. I had printed out all the things that I wanted to look at pre-delivery. I tested them out. I had my friend with me who had been RVing for 10 years. We thought we looked at everything. There is a great value in hiring an actual professional. Obviously, I thought I knew what I was doing. I didn't. And now I think back every day, like how many of these things could have been avoided had I hired a professional instead of me just doing the research and trying to figure it out myself. So, please listen to Liz when she says, hire a professional and have an inspection done. The dealership that I purchased from is Unlimited RV in Independence, Missouri. They're on the northeast corner of Kansas City. I cannot warn people enough to steer clear of them. They have horrible communication. I'm done dealing with Unlimited RV.
I'm confident in Riverstone. I'm confident in Unlimited. We're going to get Darren squared away. We're going to take care of him. And I look forward for a future moment for Darren to reconsider. We've already learned a ton from this. We're going to continue to learn from this. That's what we do. I'd like to apologize, Darren. I appreciate your business. I look forward to working with Riverstone, working with yourself to get your camper to your expectations. And I want to invite you back. I want to invite you back to Unlimited. I know currently your state is not there, but we want to serve you. We want to serve you with your factory warranty, with your extended warranty, with your lifetime warranty, and just keep you camping, keep you having fun.
I think it's awesome that Stacy, the owner of the dealership, was willing to go on camera and share his side of the story. After I reached out to him, he called a staff meeting. He went over the entire timeline of Darren's situation. He took this whole thing very seriously. Hopefully they really will use this as a learning experience and do better. I feel like I'm starting a revolution in the RV industry by shining a light on dealerships and manufacturers that could do better. I feel like this is how we can bring about change.
Now, this story is actually a couple of months old, and I'm sure there are some new wrinkles to it, as they say. But the takeaways are what? Well, I believe that staying a night at the dealership before you take final delivery and leave the dealership is a great idea. Also, even if you think that you're pretty, RV savvy, consider a third-party RV inspection. As I say, it's not required, but can sure provide some peace of mind. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this story? Let me know in the comments below if you're watching the video version. And call our 24-hour voicemail and leave me a voicemail if you'd like. The number is 1-330-WINGMAN. Again, 1-330-WINGMAN. And once again, a special salute to Liz for putting together what I believe is a very good, very balanced story. You can see this and dozens of more great stories from her YouTube channel called Liz Amazing. And of course, there's a link to her on our website at thervshowusa.com. All right, they're giving me the signal to wrap it up, but before we do, to get the latest version of my free RV report showing you how to save thousands of dollars when buying a new RV and learn how to not get ripped off, you can download it right now on our website. Yes, you can, at thervshowusa.com. And remember, if you're looking for a great RV dealer to do business with, I hope you'll check out those in the RV Dealers I Trust network, providing the absolute best buying and ownership experience ever. Go to rvdealersitrust.com. And finally, a special thanks to you for joining me around our virtual campfire. Till next time, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.
The RV Show USA. Start living